Greetings everyone, Agion here, another Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition replay. So on the south side, as the Huns, we have Rubenstock. So on the north side, as the Lithuanians, we have Hisoka. Do you know I'm trying out a little bit of alternative mic set? I realized my old, better quality Yeti mic can be mounted on the same shock mount as my previous microphone. And so hopefully now it should have some better quality. One problem with the standard default Yeti, Blue Yeti microphones is that it's on a base in front of you, sort of in your mouth. And I don't really like arms going up left and right because it sort of blocks my two other screens I have here. So I think I found a good spot of where using the shock mount, mounted on top of a table, which is on top of another table, and now hanging down right next to me, right here. If I were to just move over slightly, you can see it. Hopefully there was not a whole lot of creaking sounds. But either way, we do have Red going for his goats, not big surprise. Blue's going for his goats, not big surprise. And let's go ahead and go to Gaia, and let's go ahead and just slightly fast forward throughout the initial eco, because initial eco, to me, it's nothing super entertaining. We do see here that the blue goat is already on top of the other goat, so the villagers just need to walk this very small distance in order to gather the food. I found a better way to find these better replays, at least a more higher skill level. Slightly off-center board, but shouldn't be too huge of an issue. I believe the elo rating of these two people are around 2100 if you were to average both of them. So yeah, much higher quality. We do have immediate ostrich that has been pushed on over. He's doing another good job of hurting another ostrich. And he's actually sort of splitting up his guys a little bit too aggressive of the spreading, I would say. Quite a bit of spoilage here. He needs to focus down, finish down this boar, focus down this one, or perhaps even, this boar first, then this ostrich, then this boar, and then whatever remaining, I would say, the remaining ostrich. Just quite a bit of spoilage here. But this is me being a backseat driver. These guys are way better than I am. So, take their advice over mine. We do have a palisade gate. I think he was trying to do that to body block the scout cavalry. Both players reaching field range. Red is just slightly faster. Blue is actually going for militia. He is the Huns, not the what's it called? The Lithuanians, who have a sort of a militia rush opportunity.
Yay.
And so now the Hun player is going to go for a malicious rush. The red player will go ahead and wall off. The militia is going to have to run away around. He sees this these militia with a scout. This villager may need to fall back. She's running straight towards the militia. He's going to just tap the hammer with all these buildings. And there's low health palisade walls here. You can break through. Yeah. Personally, I would say attack this palisade wall here. It only has 25 health. It can get quickly focused down. We do have now man-at-arms upgrade has been researched. These man-at-arms could do some good work. The best thing they can do is just force villagers inside the town center. That will do economic damage. The Hun player is going for an archery range now. And he is chasing off some of these villagers. Will fire off a volley, but the volley missed, and that volley misses as well. A second scout has been built, and one of these militias is getting quite low in health. You should try focus firing the low health scout, but does not. A lot of these man-at-arms are quite low. I don't see any huge issues. That bit of economic damage is always nice, but is it worth the cost of all those man-at-arms? Probably not. The scout does go down, so that does even out the trade, I would say. Blue, the economic damage received and taken from both sides, he did force a bigger response out by Red. So actually, now thinking about it, Red is a little bit ever so slightly behind, because Building 3 scouts, well, 2 additional scouts is what? Additional 160 food minus some mining time. Militia are... can't remember the exact food cost. In the end, I would say it's roughly even. Blue is also going for a handful of archers. Maybe for defense, maybe for offense. Could go either way. Let's go ahead and just put it at a faster pace. These scouts are going to try to get it on in. There is an opening there, and that villager is getting hit significantly. There are archers here that one of the scouts gets shanked by the villagers. Just remaining this one scout. The villagers can go ahead and get back to work. It's going to fill up that hole. And this breach is almost filled as well. There is a single spearman. Not sure why he cancelled those structures. Perhaps he's going to build a production building. Yes, he will see a production building of a blacksmith. A research building, not production. Let's go ahead and put it at a bit of a faster pace. The scout's just scouting around. And it will find an archer. Doesn't jump in the town center in time. A good spot if you're trying to run away with the archers is jump in the town center. It can also make the town center able to fire. There is a single tower here defending this wall. And this entire area is walled off, so these archers will take quite some time. Luckily brought along a spearman. He will focus fire down one of the wall pieces. And building a palisade wall, that's one way to prevent. Take note of this. Rather than just build a one palisade wall, which can get hit by the villager can get hit by archers, he built a palisade gate, which outranges the archer and provides quite a bit of meat to get through. So this diagonal piece will be breached, and will be setting up a secondary defense wall, putting a wall inside of his wall. He's making an acropolis inside of his own town. He's going for the wood line, but there's no wood on that line. This area has not been fully walled off, and it's a safe spot for the town center because it's walled off in this direction, and you can do some good damage. You're not going to bother finishing the palisade walls actually almost at full health, so you can still cancel it for a partial resource rather than deleting it as he knows for a guaranteed loss. We do have some knights here. Both blues almost at castle age as well. He puts himself in a pretty good corner. The spearman's on the wrong side. And nice split there with a red knight. Most likely we'll see he is Lithuanian, so he's going to go for some monks. The scout finally goes down. The monks are going to be very important, not only for healing those miscellaneous knights, but also for picking up those relics for the attack damage bonuses. Blue should eye getting out. Oh, we got cavalry archers, and they're in a choke point, and maybe only 2 knights able to hit at a time, but I would assume the knights would be able to win an engagement against cavalry archers. They have 0 armor, 7 damage. Knights have 10 damage and 3 armor, 120 health. Yeah, I would assume the knights would win. Maybe he's worried about the low health knights. I'm not so sure. There's a lot of knights here, and more cavalry archers coming on out. Remember, this is a Hun, not the Mongols, so no Maga dies. There goes that archer. I think he has some sort of square formation being utilized. I think there's a formation just being used, which causes him, rather than being a line of 2, it's a circle formation. Or, no, maybe not. Firing off some shots. The knights can just generally charge him, but he will be kited eventually. That knight does in fact go down. And we do have a monk here, but he of course can run away. There's 12 cavalry archers. The cavalry archers going to eye for an opening. There's a house here, so it will take quite some time to break through the house. He will find some of these wood lines slightly exposed. Does get a villager there, very nice. Doesn't get that one quietly. And this monk here is getting up these knights, which is very nice. But he is outnumbered, but not necessarily outgunned. It all comes down to micro positioning and just how the engagement just generally goes. Do we see any relics picked up? Yes, red has picked up a relic. Red is going for another monk. He's going to keep this one here for healing. We do got another group of cavalry archers coming on out. And blue is going heavily into cavalry archers. So I like to see this because cavalry archers are one of those units you don't see all too often. You see the counterparts of Magnetius and Kipchaks more often than cavalry archers themselves. And not all civilizations have all the upgrades for cavalry archers. Parthian tactics is a key upgrade for cavalry archers. It increases their damage by 4, which is a significant amount. Villager count, it is in favor of blue by a small margin, by 5 right now. And appears to be that both players have 2 town centers. Red doesn't have a whole lot of food production. All of his food's going straight into these villagers. So you may want to eye expanding it. He can't support another town center at the current rate. These cavalry archers have found an opening. The monk gets picked off. And this monk could get picked off as well. Killing off these monks are quite important because that's damage bonuses and gold income for Red. Red has incentivized to pick up these relics, and these cavalry archers are doing a great job just killing off all the monks. Only 1 relic does Red have. This one is very close by. Some of these cavalry archers may be picked off. They're getting misrallied. We do also have some scorpions here. Unusual item to see, but against the faster-paced cavalry archers, they're better than Mangonels. And when fighting against cavalry archers, it is a higher skill play, so the evasion is going to be quite on point. A tighter formation may be a bit better for the scorpions than the loose formation they currently have, because it gives them more stacked up. They don't have to worry about splash damage all too much, and having more centered in one area, they can able to respond to all form and fire at a similar target. But maybe he has a spread out formation for a better reason than I can imagine. Remember, these guys are much better, higher ranking than pretty much everybody's going to watch this replay. These cavalry archers are being committed. They're on the back end. They're now falling back. A couple of them did go down. He has a lot of cavalry archers here, but they just can't do a whole lot of damage. Now they have a one-shot all the knights, apparently. Multiple knights go down. A couple of cavalry archers go down. Cavalry archers are pretty expensive as well. What are they? 75 gold? Miscellaneous knights are getting hit. There is another town center over here, so blue is expanding outwards. I hear a monk. Is it a blue monk? I do see blue has monks on the queue, and yes, there was a blue monk.
Close up.
There is a red monk now approaching. And these cavalry archers are going to try to go for the offense, but everything's walled off. There is an opening over here we saw before, and there's also an opening up here still. Red's going to eye for a forward base. Blue's cavalry archers are going to try to hit the wood line, but he has a bit of a back line here, and there's also a good chunk there for a safe deposit.
Presto.
And there's just a lot of cavalry knights here. These cavalry archers will get completely overwhelmed. These guys are now responding. Did not kill off that red monk up there. You may not have seen it. And multiple cavalry archers just went down right there. There is an opening here for backline reinforcements. These villagers need to get on out of there. And we got a very forward castle, but there could be potentially a great flank here by blue, pinning in these forces, preventing any sort of escape. But there's a lot of scorpions here, so there could be quite a bit of splash damage. The cavalry archers may want to die spreading on out. The castle is still being built, halfway completed. Let's kill off a knight there. And multiple scorpions will go down. These cavalry archers are engaging. We do not see a siege workshop, so no quick ram. And the castle gets completed. That is a huge problem. But I don't think he has murder holes. No, he does not have murder holes. If he takes out these knights, he's able to pick away at that castle slowly but surely. There's also still one last scorpion there. The blue knight does go down, and he's going to just go ahead and pitch away. He's going to try to engage it at melee range. He needs to get murder holes. Now, red has just built a town center here. It's a very aggressive spot, because I think to claim the golden stone. The red cavalry archer that was converted will be killed off quite quickly. The villager's going to eye for escape. Actually, build a lumber camp. If he's willing to build a tower or two to help protect prevent, because he has no murder holes. That'd probably be a great item to have. How much stone does Red have? He has enough for a tower. And we do have a blue battering ram, multiple blue batteries coming off. That is very important in order to help heal this castle. There is an opening here, and now the Blue's cavalry archers are going to be engaging. Villager does go down. 3 relics have been claimed by Red. Destroys the monastery. You can disable that bonus for our time period. Multiple villagers going down, using stop moves rather than target moves, which is actually quite important. Using a halt action allows his archers to engage multiple targets rather than putting overkill on one target. The market does go ahead and get cancelled and deleted, so allows his knights better encirclement. But all those knights go down. Blue is in a great position. This is the best spot for these cavalry archers. Multiple knights getting just streamed in one by one. Not looking good for Red. We do got some Lightus now here. Looks like he queued up Lightus and put them inside his castle. Trying to repair the castle in combat with these villagers. So this castle's still alive. We do have battering rams here, but the Lightus actually don't make use of the negative armor of the battering ram. More and more Lightus are being built. Cavalry archers still here. Red's situation is a little bit more perilous, I would say. And that Scorpion will finally get shanked right there. He will lose the villagers. The villager count is 100 versus 85, so Blue does have a villager count. Multiple battery rams have been built. Lightus have garrison inside the castle. It's going to pop them out right in front of those battery rams. Just we see them right now. Red has a bit of stone, so he's going to start repairing up the castle. We need some more support units here for Blue in order to gauge these Lightus. Perhaps some pikemen, but the castle can still engage them. He doesn't have murder holes yet, so pikemen can still engage the castle themselves at melee range without any fear of repercussion.
Yay.
There's a good number of battering rams here. He may need to cancel this stable there. Lions actually pushed into the town center area, which is actually not a good idea. It's leaving his castle exposed. Blue's now moving his battering rams over. A little bit late, but he's doing it now. But the battering rams will be cleaned down up. Those villagers need to hit those battering rams. Lions going to be engaging these villagers here. And cavalry archers are moving to engage. These cavalry archers are going to find a corner and take out some more knights, but they're starting being whittled away. Yeah, there's just not a whole lot of them left. Blue does have a handful of knights here as well. And looks like the single Lightus will take out both of the battering rams. There's still one left, but not in a great position. We do have now a castle here, so we can get out some targets. Looks like building cavalry we can get. Villager count is 107 in favor of Blue, 96 for Red. There's still quite a bit of a garrison side of this castle of Lightus. Blue's cavalry archers are still alive, just going around being ever so annoying to Red. And actually, he can't really deal with the castle right now, so he's going to just go ahead and attack. The only way he can really deal with the castle with all the Lightus nearby is perhaps with trebuchets. He should eye picking up. Blue is pretty far away from food. I think Red is going to eye for Imperial Age soon. There is a Red siege workshop here. And a couple Magnels are on the queue, but there is still a Blue castle. Some of these villagers are going down, still these cavalry archers. And Blue has found another hole. The villagers can't hide in that castle anymore. And some of them are within the minimum range as well. We do got a Red Magnel here and going to run by straight these cavalry archers. Cavalry archers could have actually pinned it in against the horse and just keep inside his minimum range. He's actually staying inside the minimum range. Very nice. He needs, in order to get any sort of shot off, he has to stop, let it automatically fire, hold ground stance.
Yay.
Looks like that cavalry archer will be shanked to death by other villagers. There's still some more Magnels. Castle still alive. Ooh, there's still a single Lightus left, and the Lightus can clean up these rams no problem. There's actually another ram right. No, that's the stable. Blue, I just say, needs some Tarkins. He's getting out some knights now. I haven't seen murder holes yet, so red still may not have it. Can Lithuanians even get murder holes? There's like one civilization out of the group that cannot get murder holes, and I don't remember which one. Stable being built. This castle is still in a good position. There's something garrison inside. It needs cavalry archers. It has additional arrows, I believe. Or no, it doesn't. So I'm not sure what's inside of it. Cavalry archers could increase the arrow count if he wants, if he gets overwhelmed. There's a couple more of these villagers do go down to the castle, just at the maximum range. And there goes another villager. He needs to stop queuing villagers there. Blue still has the villager advantage of 120 versus 97. Red sending out Blue sending out some knights here. We may see a forward castle here by Blue. He just needs a little bit more stone. Or never mind. Yes, actually had enough stones to just boot it up. Actually, I was looking at gold. Never mind. I was completely looking at the wrong resource. I saw 116 gold. Trying to stop that Mangonel. The knights should quickly clean up. Yes, but we'll get a number of villagers. But it looks like the castle will go up. There's a large number of pikemen here. Ooh, cavalry archers getting sent to the slaughter. This castle will go on up. He needs to garrison the villagers now. Sending in more and more pikemen. Actually, just going to build a forward stone line. Red is Imperial Age, Blue is not, and we are seeing some targets now in the build queue. Down south, castle's still alive. Blue has a lot of villagers here. He can't get that stone. He would like that stone. The lightest is actually out of position. This may be there's more lightest down here. Red's just castle for red has been so problematic for Blue. So it's been holding him back for so long. Blue looks like building some forward siege workshop to see some rams in the queue. So most of it's going to send some rams and Tarkans and engage these buildings. Yes, we do have Tarkans over here. I don't think Tarkans is exactly great versus infantry or villagers. You should eye hitting those buildings. Oh, we do got some Cavaliers now for out the Cavalier technology available for red. And there is still a large number of villagers here. He has a good number of pikemen for defense, so once these Cavaliers start engaging, he won't. He's actually just. Oh no, these pikemen getting misrallied. Blue's found an opening here. Pikemen are now rushing through the breach. Lightest plus Cavaliers are here. These pikemen could potentially get overwhelmed, but a large number of blue villagers are down. Blue's actually down to only 90 villagers, so he's lost a lot. He's trying to hit villagers of his own. This has been such a messy game. The Cavaliers still chasing down these pikemen. He needs more and more pikemen. Does finally get the lightest. Still some more Cavaliers still. And we do also have now these rams coming on in once again. There's a large number of pikemen as well. This castle looks like will go finally down. Blue's pikemen are not a good raiding unit. He will take out a scorpion there. These targets could try eye for some other structures. Looks like this castle will finally go down. He's actually garrisoning the rams with his pikemen to increase their damage output and movement speed. Still some Cavaliers and Lightest on the back line. The line's even supporting the pikemen over here. Cavalry Archer still roaming around. And Red's going to go for a skirmisher supplement to his Cavaliers. Villager count is 82 to 109, so Red is pulling out ahead in villager count. Blue is still building more and more villagers. He needs to get up in Imperial Age. Him being a lack of age is going to be very problematic very soon. Light is still here, so he can send out some pikemen. Over here, there's quite an exposed area for those rams to make usage of. Only pikemen can be built from there, which is not such a great item to counter Rams. Rams now finally being rallied over. The Lycus does get cleaned up. Over here, we do have villagers. Pass going to build a fort castle. And more Tartans just started getting this rally, being overwhelmed by these cavaliers. Tarkans, if he goes for the upgrade, he can build them at stables, if I remember correctly. It's either the Castle Age, I think that's the Castle Age technology, and the Imperial Age is the Anti-Wonder. Imperial Tech is really not good. Worthless in most situations. A lot of these structures are on fire at times in which he was playing Gaia for health, building health regen. Does kill off some of these villagers with the Tarkans. Cavaliers are now responding to this farm line, but will find these pikemen. And the pikemen are just now, there we go, now they're starting to hit these cavaliers. Trying to go for more and more villagers, but once they stop, the pikemen can easily overwhelm them. There is a sneaky stable over here. Stone gates being built across the line. These pikemen trying to withdraw to these friendly pikemen. There's a large number of skirmishers now out, elite skirmishers. So overall, this is still quite a messy game. Villager count is 130 for red, 104 for blue. More and more stone gates being built. A whole bunch of them. Khans can't get build stone walls, can they? Isn't that right? Or, no, they can. I can see some here. Never mind. I was thinking something else. Oh, we got a huge engagement of pikemen versus these cavaliers. There's also some light cavalry mixed on in, but they get way outnumbered. He could try building more and more cavalry archers, queue them inside the castle for a pretty good strong point. Still no sign of Imperial Rage. He has no food income to really support going for the Imperial Rage anytime soon. That's a lot of capped rams. That castle's good as dead. I don't see any good defense force here for him. I see a couple pikemen there, but that castle's good as dead. These villagers are going to try to evacuate on out. You can't be losing any more villagers. Red has a good army right now, and with the tech advantage ever so increasing, Blue's just not a good situation. He may want to... I don't know what Blue should do. Over here, pikemen are finding miscellaneous villagers, slowly stabbing them to death. Large group of knights here. Does pick off multiple of the low health ones, that's nice. But these villagers will get hit, no problem. Rams are pushing their way forward. There is a big opening for these pikemen, actually. They can quickly kill off these Rams, no problem. We'll lose a couple barracks, but that's sort of a minor loss at this point. Red is going for his own cavalry archers, including Thumbring and the heavy cavalry archer upgrade. Ooh, and these knights, cavaliers, will in fact find their way through, killing off multiple villagers. This does not look good for Blue. Sending his pikemen now, but doesn't still not Imperial Rage. So he's fighting against the not only the potential of not having halberdiers, but also the fact that he doesn't have the attack upgrades and armor upgrades as well. He has a good number of pikemen, that's for sure, but he's down now to less 100 villagers. It's not good for looking good for him. He grabs